It is 7 p.m. UK time, and that can only mean one thing. Your Monday night entertainment starts right here! And that's howdy MRC partners, and welcome to the Tier 2 American Grand Prix here at the Circuit of the Americas in the great state of Texas. Which, as we know, is a bee in the bonnet, and whilst many people associate the Lone Star State with cowboys, guns, oil, and the world's best barbecue, it is far more than that, as you will find out as we shoot our way through the next 80 minutes here at COTA. Circuit of the Americas, 3.426 mile circuit, opened in 2012, 2 DRS zones and a 251-foot observation tower. The design inspired by the visual imagery of sports cars and movement in the red colour, I don't like the red colour, was selected to mimic the streaks of lights trailing race cars at night. COTA, the 10th circuit in America to hold a round of the World Championship, first track in America to be purpose-built for Formula 1, however. Track designers Tilke Engineering, as we know, do most of the modern F1 circuits, created the finished design which draws inspiration from Silverstone's Maggots and Beckett sequence early in the lap, Istanbul's Turn 8 later on, and another of the track's distinctive features is the steep climb towards Turn 1, as we will see, and the triple apex corner, which is 16, 17 and 18. 19-second loss in the pit lane plus any stationary time, less likely to be a factor here as the standard and quickest strategy is a two-stopper. One stopper will mean you don't have to do another pit stop, but you're going to need to nurse those Pirelli tyres to the end, which is easier said than done. Tonight you have the Scottish Banshee himself, which is me, but also making a return after 3 and 4 weeks out is Inspector Wing Benderer of the Red Bull team in Tier 3, and he did race in Tier 4 last week in Japan and had the audacity to finish in front of me, but I will blame my spin for that. Carl Edens, how are you, sir?
I'm alright, Gav, thank you very much. It's nice to be back in the comms box, and referring to you just now saying about the audacity of finishing in front of you, get good, mate.
Well, this is just not charming at all, to be perfectly honest. Oh, wait a minute, no, you got a 3-place crit demotion. There we go, that's what it is. What you should be, well, what you should have said is I let you into the Tier 4 action last week. That is what it is. Well, we are at Circuit of the Americas, which is going to be an interesting track. Lots of drivers, again, love this track. But let's see already. We're going to jump on board. Let's just do a lap of the circuit as we do. We're on board with Hoseman in the Williams. The Williams now leading the Constructors' Championship. Opens the DRS as they come down the pit straight, and you look towards the top end of the circuit there as we climb towards turn 1. Blinds braking, apex runs to the left. Looks to keep it nice and tight as we go through then the next section. Pretty much like the S's that we had in Japan, but turns 3, 4 and 5 is the breathtaking section based upon Maggots and Beckett's at Silverstone. Here does he left today, drops it down into 6th, car keeps nice and pointy as we curl round and then hit the 5th gear there. Now coming just down into the final part as we come towards the end of Sector 1. Very easy to get on the sausage curb on the outside there, runs slightly wide, doesn't invalidate his lap, but now coming down as we go in Sector 2, DRS activation or DRS detection line was there, and DRS activation line just coming up. Now he gets a little bit unstable coming out of the rear, but this long stretch all the way down, plenty of overtaking opportunities now as they do come down into turn 12. There we go, hard braking, looks to clip the apex, runs slightly wide but nothing too major there. Now comes through the tight and twisty section of 13, 14 and 15, very much off camber corners for everyone, but nice and planted is that Williams. Let's see what he does. Very easy to lock a brake here, but he keeps it nice and clean there. Comes out now into 15, and then you've got the long 16, 17, 18. Does he keep ice flip it on the accelerator? He does indeed. Nicely set up there. Seth Mill's gone quickest at the moment. We'll come back to that. And there he goes, nicely done, coming into the final corner and into turn 20. Doesn't hit the apex, that's going to compromise him on the exit, but he does hit the DRS zone, and he does come across the line. It goes into provisional pole 134.2.
And then I was just following Frank on the mediums, who did a 36.1 for a opening lap.
Yep, there you go. Jacob's just gone into second, 0.6 of a second. Just have a look and see, and I'm going to see, funnily enough, Vans and Morgan and Dunnestorn are all in the mediums, the rest are on the softs. Now, there is the various ways that you can go in this track, which is a one-stop strategy. Could go medium hard, but you're gonna be slow. Let's put it mildly.
Yeah,
And,
I don't think the hards are
no.
ideal race tyre really round here.
They are not. Or you're going to go two-stopper, which is going to be medium soft soft, or soft medium soft, or soft soft medium, depending on how you want to do it. We'll bring you all the championship positions down there. You can just see Electric Envy absolutely not getting that kind of first sector right there at all, and he's already out of shape as they can now come and drop down. Electric Envy's had an awful couple of races, to be fair, leading the championship as they came into Russia, I think just as they came out of Russia, but then didn't do too well post that.
Speaking of the championship leader, he's currently 6th fastest at the moment on a
Yes,
35.7 on the soft tyres.
Indeed, Mr. Hill, single track, 6th at the moment, championship leader. We'll cut on to Mark, still in the pits, Adagashi in that Alpha Tauri. We'll keep an eye on him. He was purple in 2, but it's his first lap time, so it's as you would expect. Couple of reserves in tonight as well. He's decided to slow down. Central Flyaway as they're in the Ferrari. They're in the Aston Martin. You like that Aston Martin, don't you, Carl? You love it, really. I
like this season's more, to be honest.
Does that mean
the new one more?
Does that mean you're going to be back with them next season? Are you gone pleading to Lawrence Stroll?
Hate the guy.
Scott in the Ferrari is just there. Not heard yet what it's going to be rain-wise, if there is any rain. It is nice and sunny at the moment.
Nothing's been said in the chat, so if anyone could let us know, that would be helpful.
Yeah, Scott pretty much running out of fuel there. There is Morgan in the Alfa Romeo. Let's just see where we are. Red car goes up into 5th at the moment. They're on the Aston Martin's lap. Let's just keep an eye on him. Don't worry, folks, Safety Car Chat is back with a vengeance. Lots of interesting stats of America, Texas, and everything else, as you would expect. Chances of safety car, Carl? I think we might have at least 1 or 2.
I'd say 1 or 2, yes. Especially in the opening handful of laps, probably.
Yeah, no, definitely. Scott and Electric
probably have a few probably have a few ping pong matches through turn 1 because of you can brake ever so late for turn 1 because it's uphill.
Yep, you can indeed. We are just on board with Scratch Charisma, otherwise known as Karim Benzema, our Real Madrid striker, as he gets ready for his lap. We'll just watch as they now, and again, and you're right about that turn 1, we're watching it here on board, and you just don't appreciate how tall and how steep that hill is, and braking is...
it doesn't do it justice really, how steep it actually is.
Yep. Apparently, Mandy's just said, I'll do a rain dance, rain would be fun. I would agree with that. And Simba's then just
there has been rain at
COTA.
Previous American Grand Prix, because especially during practice, because I think there's been 1 or 2 practice sessions when they got a washout.
They did. Karim Benzema nearly lost it coming just down out of the Sector 1. We'll just go back and see, but then Simba's just said if we get rain in Tier 3, Mandy's in trouble.
If we get rain in Tier 3, I'm parking the bus.
Apparently though, you've taken a break from bending wings and causing trouble to the teams in the FIA and spending €50,000 a time.
I ain't got started yet.
What, are you going for the front wings next time?
Front and rear.
Well, this is it. Here is Mark in the Mercedes. Let's see what he can do.
Especially, mind you, the rear wing of the Haggis F1 has been catching my eye lately.
Listen, the Parkhead Haggis Renault F1 team is an annexed part of Alpine. We have no affiliation with Alpine, bar from constructors' points, and we certainly don't associate ourselves with the blue, white and red. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. That's all I'm saying on the matter. Karim Benzema's just went quickest, 133.9. 10th per second quicker than Fanning. Let's see what Mark can do as he comes down to the end of the straight. Running his inspired helmet of not Lewis Hamilton, which he loves us for. So let's see what he can do. Oh, he runs quite and he's invalidated. That's not going to please the man who will be bringing you Tier 1, Tier 3 and Tier 4 this week. So he has, he'll go again, hopefully. Adagashi goes on the mediums. That's a brave move from him. Gaming Demigod is going to come across the line, is invalidated, and here is Dumbest Hornet. The other thing I was going to say is track limits is going to be a big thing here, because we know that it's so easy to invalidate laps on qualifying, time trial, etc. in the race. Those 3-second penalties are going to absolutely barrel load their way through.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're saying about invalidating laps and stuff. You wait till next week in Mexico.
Ooh. Why is Morgan retired? Morgan has had a moment.
Good question.
Morgan has had a moment. Let's just go
Last
on board
corner
with...
looking
he
at
has,
it.
yeah. Let's just have a look at Adagashi. Where is there an Alfa Romeo? Where is he? Where is he? Let's see.
Pit entry.
Oh, he's had a moment there. So Morgan...
So I reckon he's hit the wall on the pit entry.
Oh, he's not going to be a happy man there at all. So Mark has pitted again. Don't know why I went a little bit Mark.
That's a brilliant lap by Adagashi, 34.0 on the medium tyres.
Yes, Dumbest Hornet's just about to come across the line
lap.
and go into 14th there. And remember, on the medium tyres, Vans is out on another lap, but he's invalidated. So as you can see, folks, circuit goes red in the bottom right hand side of your screen. That is an invalidation. Martin is also invalidated. Jacob's in the pits. Loppy is out, but he's quicker at the moment by 41 thousandths of a second. Just in terms of where we are in the championships, Chandons, let me just bring them up as we always do. Williams 87 points in the Constructors' Championship after 5 rounds. Mercedes second, 74, but tied on second with Haas. It's the only time Haas have ever scored any points. McLaren 63, the French Renault team 68 points, AlphaTauri 55, Aston Martin 48. For Red Bull 26, Alfa Romeo 14, Ferrari have 6, so they need to pull their fingers out. And Martin is leading the Drivers' Championship, 61 points from Seb Mail in second, 52, Loppy 49, Womax 48, Electric MV 44, Vans 48, Hosman 35, and Mark on 34. So again, lots to fight for. Let's see what Loppy can do though. Bergen wants rain in Tier 3. Carl, you're in with a shout.
I can already hear him doing a rain dance down at Alfa Romeo.
He will indeed. Let's see what Loppy can do as he comes across the line. Does he go any quicker? He doesn't. He's near enough half a second down at the moment. Gaming Demigod is on a slow down lap. There is on a quick lap. We'll see what he can do.
Central Flyaway's on a good lap at the moment.
He is indeed. We've just seen Scott go 10th in the Ferrari. We'll keep an eye. Actually, we'll jump to Central Flyaway just now. Let's just grab on board with him as he goes through that final tricky sector of turns 19 and 20. Runs okay, doesn't get too hard. Can he clip the apex? He does. Nicely done. Puts the power down. Rear end looks planted. Going to go across the line into 6th. There we go. Happy days from Central Flyaway. Loppy's still there. Gaming Demigod. Scott, is he going for another lap? He is about a 10th and a half up at the moment though, so we will keep an eye out. Let's see what Dare can do. He was a second quicker. And he's been validated as well. It's going to be so difficult though, to be fair. Mark's back out though.
Most common places to invalidate, I'd say, is out of the penultimate corner and especially out the final corner, because if you run drifts like that slightly too wide.
Yep. Yeah, first corner definitely. If you run quite wide out of turn 10 as well, you can be hit 15, 16, 17, 18 complex. If you don't have a good downforce setting, you are going to struggle. Let's see what Mark can do though. His second run after invalidating his first. He really needs a good result to lift himself back into championship contention. Into this very tricky section. It's going to be interesting to see how people cope with it in the race as the fuel load goes down, the tyre wear increases, especially if it's going to be dry.
The thing is about Mark though, when he's on form, he's on form.
He is indeed. He is indeed. Oh, he run wide there. He does indeed. Yep. Oh, he's run wide again, but he does go
Just
into
kept it in
sixth.
limits, though. He's
He did.
not bad.
I think he's maybe lost a tenth and a bit that he could maybe jump up, certainly up into fourth, but we will see. We have a yellow, we've got 3 minutes left. 1.5
I think it's people
lap.
getting out the way of quicker cars on a flying lap.
Tell you what, the two Ferraris are doing well, considering they've only scored 6 points so far this season and are bottom of the Constructors' Championship. I mean, let's not forget that. I know it's a touchy subject for them, but 7th and 8th would be a good start for them. The McLarens, though, need to improve.
I think they might need help by the FIA, to be honest, to probably pull a few points back.
Central Flyaway
has retired in the pits.
Yep, so we will keep an eye there. But the two McLarens do certainly need to improve their current positions of 11th and 14th. You getting nicknames again, Carl?
No, every time I see Andrew in the chat, he just keeps bringing things up like it's not about me because I'm back in the box. And his latest one is Evening Gavin Carl, the Yu-Gi-Oh wing bender, lol.
Well, that's it. You could be called Yogi Bear, the wingbender.
He's only brought that up because lately I've been getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh again.
I'm not even going to begin to ask what that is. One for another day. Right, okay, there we are. Well, one thing that I do know about...
To be honest, Gav, you wouldn't know, you're too old.
Moving on from my age... I now realise why there was a 4-week gap between you last being in the commentary box. Martin has invalidated, though we were on board with him, providing him with additional downforce. It might not have helped, to be fair.
You've missed me, Gav. Don't lie.
Exactly. Well, at the moment, I am in England. I'm not even in Scotland right now. I'm in the northwest of England, joining the
wrong side of the border, Gav.
That's it. I know exactly. Joining the Morecambe Cockle Picklers, which is the people who live in the northwest.
Andrew's defending you. Says age before beauty.
Yeah, Andrew's going to have to watch. His Mercedes may get punctures in Tier 1, to be perfectly honest. Let's see who else is it. We're kind of missing some. It's all kind of a bit calm. We've got 46 seconds to go. We've got Karim Benzema out at the moment on a quick lap on the mediums. It's a brave move, obviously trying to see if he can go quicker. Andrew needs a puncture. Yes, you do, Andrew. You need actually. Sorry. Let me be positive. You need points. There you go. There we go. And Simba's coming to my defence, so it's all good. These youngsters. Red car is slowing down, so that's all good. Adagashi is slower by 3 seconds. Fanning's in the pits. Womax is starting a quick lap in that horribly coloured Renault. Hoseman is on a quick lap as well. Mark's finished. Jacob is gone 8th. Let's just keep an eye out on Hoseman and Womax. Morecambe will add 10 years, yes, because Bergen knows this area very well. As does our favourite cereal maker, the Kellogg.
I just want to quickly say, Gav, it's great to see Frank racing again after missing last week because of the circumstances he ended up going through. So I just want to put it out there. It's great to see him back out on track.
Yes, indeed. And the Tier 1 and Tier 2 last week were dedicated to his dad, who they did a watch, the MRC or TRC, whatever it was that they called it. We will be there. Andrew
Banger racing.
These. Oh, Hoseman got a rear end out completely.
It's alright.
I'll
just see what Andrew's put.
Andrew, get some points in that Mercedes before you start slagging a team that's top of the Scottish Premiership, mate. Come on. There we go.
Though, the Scottish Premier League's only like the flipping Championship when it comes to English football.
Carl, you're a Leicester fan. That's all I've got to say to it. I think we are pretty much there. Jacob is on a quick lap. Is he going to improve, though? That is the question. we will see. Otherwise, we will be bringing you the live results. And I think Jacob has passed out. So it is Karim Benzema who is in first pole position. Red car joins him on the front row, 41 1,000th of a second behind Edagashi, and Fannin will make up row 2. Row 3 is Wimax and Hosman, Alpine and Williams, Mark and Jacob on 7th and 8th in the 4th row. Central Flyway and Gaming Demidad round out the top 10. Bottom 10 is Scott in 11th, Electric Envy in 12th. Electric Envy really needs to pick up the points to get back to it. Bergen, you're getting shot next time. Loppy and Grimo on row 7. Martin Hill's our championship leader down in 15th. He likely will start on the mediums you would expect. Seb Mail and Dare, Vans and Dumbest Hornet, and then Morgan had a moment in the pit entry which left him unable to set another time. There you have it, folks. Adagashi was medium tyres as well, which was a phenomenal, can't you say that word? Phenomenal.
Massive advantage for him.
Well, it is, but
we still don't know if there's going to be any rain, but looking at the times, I'm guessing it is a dry race.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
42,000 splitting Karim Benzema and red car, Ryan Barber.
Yep, exactly. Red car in Cleveland. There we go, folks, in terms of qualifying. Here is the thing. Here's the first part of Texas Fun Facts for you. The colours used on the Texas flag are the exact same as those used on the United States flag. And now, yes, you may go red, white and blue, and we know that those are colours that I detest.
But it's the exact same shade of red,
it is the shades, blue. Exactly.
It's the shades.
They are each colour is its own meaning. Red for bravery, white for purity, and blue for... Ooh, it's cloudy.
Looks a bit hazy.
Looks a bit like the UK. There we have it. Could we get rain? We are, yes, exactly. Home. I was out in Texas last night trying to find all of these safety car chats that we have. Just talking about some of the drivers. Max Verstappen, the 2021 well-deserved Formula One FIA World Champion for the Red Bull team, as we would say, the first title for the Dutchman. COTA is really fun to drive. It has long, fast straights, slow, tight corners, and quick flowing sectors. All you want from a racetrack in one. And he did win here last season in 2021 on his way to the World Championship.
Doesn't Lewis Hamilton hold the most wins here since the Grand Prix moved to Texas?
Lewis Hamilton, who's he? No idea who he is.
Some F1 driver that's won 7 titles and drives a silver-coloured car that...
the Mercedes Sprinter van, you mean?
Yeah, the Sprinter van.
The Sprinter van, that's it, yep, that's it. Oh, do you know what's more interesting? Look at the tyre choice. Scott is on the mediums, Dare is on the mediums, everyone else in the bottom 10 on the softs, and only Adagashi in the top 10 because he qualified on the mediums. So there is an interesting approach. Now, I wonder whether they think or they know that rain is coming.
Well, no one said anything. That's
no,
the
they
thing,
haven't,
so,
but it does look it. It does look it indeed. But yes, the man
just
from...
want to put it out there as well, Tier 2, make things nice and quiet for the stewards this week.
No. So there we go. So we will see what happens. Remember, as with everything, the DRS activates 2 laps after the race start, and if there is a full safety car, then 2 laps after the safety car comes in. If there is a virtual safety car, the drivers have to drive at a time delta which is 40% slower than they would normally.
I'm just looking at the gap between Fanning and Max.
It's not more than 10 car lengths. They're fine. Right, hold on, Carl, though. I know that as part of your joys of bending the wings, you also do like to let's say, push the boat out when it comes to the formation lap.
What can I say?
You're literally on another planet. You're on another planet when they're
I made it look good,
down.
and everyone started to copy, and then it all got out of hand, and now it's been all tightened up.
There we go.
My fun's been ruined thanks to everybody else. So everybody out there, thank you very much.
That's it, exactly. Breaking news. The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Imola is to remain on the Formula 1 calendar until 2025. Breaking news here at MRC. We are basically Sky Sports.
Fantastic stuff.
There we go. That is where we are. So all good. We are just waiting for the drivers to line up. Don't worry too much about the lights, because here we are. We're on 4 red lights. Coming up now when we're on to 5. And here at COTA we are underway. The race director didn't hold them off too long, but it's a really good start there from Ryan. Karim Benzema does seem to get there, but look at the 4 abreast as we go down now into turn 1. Who's going to make any moves here? Oh, we got one of the Red Bulls going slightly tight. People could lose some from amongst there. One of the Mercedes has gone really wide there. That'll be Mark. And one of the Williams has gone wide, and that's Hosman as well. But the battle out with the front between Karim Benzema and Red Car Rambo as they go into the SS section. And we do. Mark's gone, and Mark is retired. Already Mark is gone. That won't boost his happy days, and it is a virtual safety car. No. Time delta reduced by 40%. So there we go. We've got a Alpha Tauri out in the background, and that is Lottie. Or is it potentially?
We're losing places.
Was it indeed? So let's just have a look at the quick position change. Winners and losers from
we've got a full safety car now,
we do. So winners and losers from the first 27 metres is we have Electric Envy up 5. Gaming Demidad is there just behind him in 2. We've got Dare, we've got Dumbest Horn, we've got Stu up 4. Biggest loser is obviously Mark, who has retired. Unfortunately, the Mercedes out. Central Flyway down 9, and Adagashi down 9. Full safety car is what you all wanted. Here's a question.
All I'm going to say is what happened there is I've got pictures of Fernando Alonso's on board of the opening lap. I can't remember what year it was in the McLaren, and he just absolutely went off on all the rookie drivers that were just literally causing havoc in the opening few corners, because I think similar things happened here as well, which is why Mark ended up retiring, because there was...
He did certainly run really wide in turn 1, and then obviously potentially does he come back on the track? Who knows? We will no doubt find out. Safety car is ready to pick the pack up at the moment, but we will see where we are.
The other car that went off was Central Flyway, because he's missing a front wing, an entire front wing, if I must say, and I think Frank may have some damage as well, because he's on the way in, so it's not the best of starts for the Sprinter vans this week.
Nope, it is not. So, as you would expect, folks, it is that time of the race where the safety car has come out.
I think this is the earliest safety car chat we've probably had.
Well, it is. Now, here's a question for you. Do you fancy some head?
Head?
Yes, head.
Head of what?
Well, good. Funnily enough, you should ask, because deep in the big thicket, beneath the towering pine trees whose gnarled branches curve overhead and block out the sunlight, there is a road called Bragg Road. B-R-E-A-G-G, Bragg. It would be creepy, even if it wasn't
Trust you Scots to roll your R's.
Well, this is it, exactly. It would be creepy even if it wasn't the most haunted road in Texas. Now, I went down this road yesterday. Had to explore it, obviously. But once you hear the story...
You always was the adventurous type.
Oh, very much. I always go places where people don't want to go, or would prefer I went. But once you hear the story of the ghost light, you'll want to stay far, far away, unless, of course, you're brave enough to face the Headless Horseman. Now, you see, this is now an infamous destination as the former site of a logging railroad, and legend has it a conductor of the railroad was decapitated after his train derailed. Now, today, he rides on horseback, lantern in hand, searching for his missing head. Now, those who dare start down the road will see the notorious Bragg light up ahead. Some say it's nothing more than the headlights of a car. But as you keep driving...
There's a lot of depictions of the Headless Horseman, most commonly with the head of a pumpkin.
Well, it could be worse. It could be a headless horse as well, but that's another day. But as
a headless skeleton horse?
But as you keep driving, the eerie glow stays the same distance away. Could it be the lantern of the railroad conductor whose restless spirit will haunt the road until his head is found? So if you go down Bragg Road in Texas and find a head, you may well have the horseman coming for you. There we go.
Or just simply return it to Gab because he lost his head when going down this road.
Well, this is it. Fernando Alonso has said about COTA. COTA track is really fun track to race on. Every sector is different, and achieving the perfect compromise was set up to constantly changing characteristics of the lap is what makes the challenge there so unique. And it really is. Very much taking inspiration from different racetracks. Don't worry, folks, if you have just tuned into us and thinking, oh, it's an early safety car, it was caused by the Mercedes of Mark retiring after some contact at turn 1 through 2 through 3. Expectation is safety car will come in this lap. But yeah, there we go. What's happening on YouTube chat? Let's just see. Bergen goes boom, goes down a minute. Sherwin goes, yep. Apparently that Bragg Road is the only road that I have ever known. We've got someone in who's called SGT Uncle Sam. Is he an American? Who knows? Could be an American. Let us know if you're an American. We do have a couple of Americans in the league. Marcus McCluskey.
Safety car in, lights are out.
Marcus McCluskey, who is the Glaswegian gangster, who actually is from Missouri and isn't Glaswegian at all, and isn't a gangster, but we call him that because he's got a very Scottish name, Marcus McCluskey. You could imagine him having dodgy dealings.
And yours isn't.
No, exactly. He could have dodgy dealings. In the west end of Glasgow.
Gavin Jenkins doesn't really sound Scottish, does it?
No, it's Welsh. That's what it is.
Exactly.
It is Welsh. But here we go. We've got Karim Benzema in the Aston Martin. No, he's not in an Aston Martin, he's in an Alfa Romeo because he's got the Aston Martin behind him. I've already done a Murrayism there, but here we go. We'll red card game on.
I think you need new glasses, Gav, or at least clean them. Just ask Binotto, he'll probably lend you his.
There we go. Is he going to go? He does run slightly wide, but he doesn't. Quite a few of them do run wide, and he's got a great start, does Karim Benzema, off the safety car. Remember, DRS will not be activated now until the start of lap 6. Everyone looking to get through turn 1 nice and cleanly there. The Alpine there of Womack's just getting really close to Jacob, all over the back of him already. Martin already passed Adagashi there. Hosman in the Williams is there with the two Hasses behind. He will be looking to keep it going at the moment. Dare is on Adagashi as well. Adagashi's had a shocker of a restart, lost 2 positions already in the opening few hundred metres there. Championship leader in 11th place. Grimmo's passed Adagashi as well, so is Dumbest Hornet is Adagashi, and the reason he's got losing places is because he has lost a front wing end plate. His race has started horrifically. Karim Benzema now on that long straight with 7/10 of a second gap to Red Car Rambo and Fanning, and it should now all begin to calm down, except Jacob is hounding Womax. Is he going to make the move though? He is. He's going for it. And yes, he does. Keeps it nice and clean. Nicely done there from Jacob. Womax. Again, it's all kind of calmed down a little bit. We always see it kind of maybe around about laps 3, 4, 5, but we've obviously had a safety car, and it's all starting to just calm down. Tell you what, this complex, the 16, 17, 18...
An early safety car really just allows the drivers to just regather their heads, especially after the race start.
Regather their heads? Were they on a train? Have they been to Bragg Road? Are they wanting head? Who knows? Anyway... Loppy in 9th and Scott in 10th. One of these days I'm going to be... One of these days I'll be kicked off this channel.
One of these days you'll be getting on a bit, Gav.
Well, exactly. Who knows? We will tell you some joyous activity that will be coming. Yes, there's a yellow flag. It is in sector 1 because Martin has had a moment and he has been round in the S. He's just coming out of turn 2.
Leader.
It's not, but he will no doubt come back strong, especially if there's going to be any rain. There is Frank rank in the Mercedes. Dennis Hornet just behind him there is Morgan. Morgan's made up a few places since starting 20th up into 13th. Drimo there already got 3 seconds of track infringement penalties. The other thing that people are going to have to watch around here, and probably not as much as Japan, but certainly the ERS side of things in terms of the deployment is going to be key. So we will keep an eye out.
Plus, there's not much heavy braking zones around here, so it's very difficult to regather that energy back.
Yep. As indeed, there is
the only heavy braking zones are turns 1, and then let me just get
pretty much towards the end of the long straight into turn 12.
Yeah.
Mohammed Rayan Tabib sends lots of flags. Welcome. DRS now enabled. We've had 2 laps over after the safety car already, and it's all kind of balancing itself. But this is when it's going to get interesting, because this is when the DRS will become active. 2 DRS zones on the circuit, 2 DRS detection zones that we will show you. If you are within a second of the car in front, you will get DRS down the 2 activation lines, pretty much down the pit straight and between turns 11 and 12. Let's jump on board with WUMAX and we will show you exactly where that detection zone is as they come through sector 1 here. The detection zone is just coming up. As they come over this corner, you will see a line coming up to you. There is the detection zone. And so if you are within a second, like Hosman is, you will get DRS. And WUMAX has run really wide. That's going to give plenty of avenue to Hosman, who will get DRS as they come down this long straight. And you can see already he's gaining. He's trying to defend using ERS, but he's not going to be able to. That Williams just got much more speed. Not necessarily pulling away too much, but nicely done in the braking zone there. Bit of a lock up there as well, but continues on.
I think Aragashi going to try going to the end on the hards, looking at it, because he's come in for that repair and gone back out on the hards.
Yeah, he's a brave man. Chances of getting them to the end are slim.
He is, because you've got Seb Mail and Martin battling further up the road, the gap is gradually closing, not very quickly, but ever so slightly each.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Each time.
Karim Benzema's got 2.2 second lead over Ryan, who's got a 1.5 second lead over Thomas, and then Jacob down in 4th at the moment. Cedric Flyway gets 3 second time penalty for track limit infringements, and they are coming thick and fast. 35% ERS for Jacob. Oh, we got a yellow in sector 3. One of the Alpines has gone round. Seb Mayo was, I think, second in the championship. So not a great race so far for the first and second in the championship.
Yeah, and he's in your favourite car as well, Gav.
I have no idea what car that is, because I drive a Parkhead Haggis Renault. It is unique. I will design a livery for it in Gran Turismo 7.
Well, I sent you something that may have helped.
You did indeed. It did help.
Mind you, I think the green would look better if it were blue.
I really wouldn't. Green is the colour of friendliness. So here we go. Here is Loppy chasing down Gaming Demidad, who doesn't have DRS at all, and that's going to be an easy enough pass. Although Gaming Demidad's going to try and defend it as they go into the inside. Oh, he had to really get out of that. Otherwise, I could have seen a little bit of contact there. And there is WUMAX going around the outside. We're just watching Electric Envy and WUMAX, and Electric Envy just gave him a little nudge there. Love tap. Remember, the love machine that is the McLaren is in Jacob's hands this evening. Electric Envy and WUMAX there, just continuing to go. And he will get DRS with Electric Envy. I wonder though, and again this comes back to it, those soft compound tires will be going off. And this is the other thing, because they're going to look to go onto the mediums, then they're going to look to maybe go back onto the softs, or go soft, medium. But again, it all depends on weather towards the end of the race.
I think it'll also depend on whether we have 1 or 2 more safety cars as well, because that'll not help strategies much. No, it won't.
Pretty much the closest battle on the track is this battle, WUMAX and Electric Envy at the moment, as they're going through the famous complex. Although as you go through this complex, you can lose time to the car in front. WUMAX staying within 0.4 of a second, but Loppy is also beginning to gain on them. He's the big winner from that little battle as well. Electric Envy's going to be
Don't
on
lie,
that's going to
Gav.
suffer.
You just can't get enough of the Alpine. Don't lie.
No idea what you're talking about. More money coming into the Parkhead Haggis Renault F1 team after last week's second place in Japan. But here comes, I'll tell you what, Electric Envy's done well there. Is Womack's going to make a move up the inside? No, he doesn't. He's a little bit too far behind there. Grimo,
Showing his hand, though. Showing his hand.
Yes, and I mean, it is difficult. Hello! That's exactly why his Drs now up into 10th, and he's battling with Grimo in the other Alpine, the French outfit. The French clearly aren't on strike today.
Jacob's got a feisty hose behind him.
Oh, he does indeed. Scott has had a moment because he's went wide. So there we go. Ryan's beginning to just close that little bit on Karim Benzema out front. Fanning runs really wide coming out of the final corner. Jacob has got Hosman there and thereabouts. Hosman's got the inside line as they come now down into turn one. Simba has asked if I've got Iron Brew sponsorship yet. I am working on that for my Parkhead Haggis Renault F1 team. I have proposed a new team name, which I will keep under wraps just now. Dare is up into 8th, but Dare's run really wide coming out of turn 1. It seems to be happening quite a lot.
Womax has just swapped to the hard tyres.
It's a very bold move, courageous move is the thoughts I have in my head at the moment. Let's see what Jacob can do. He's 0.6 of a second behind Hosman, who's 2.6 seconds behind Fanning, who's 3 seconds behind Red Car, giving Demidad 3 second time penalty as well, who's 2.5 behind Karim Benzema. Let's see, who else have we got? Grimo and Gaming Demidad. Grimo 0.5 of a second behind is beginning to game. We will jump on board with him just now. Gaming Demidad gets DRS as well, utilising the ERS as Grimo all the way. Gaming Demidad already goes defensive as they're coming now down into turn 12. Doesn't go there at all. It is the current tyre choice in terms of the runners. So 2 hard runners, Womax and Adagashi at the moment. Soft runners are there, and the mediums are pretty much Dare, Central Flyaway and Scott. They did start on the mediums. Seb Mail has gone back onto the soft compound tyres. So we'll keep an eye out at the moment.
Pitted from third.
He has indeed. So roll of the dice from the Red Bull. He is going to put on the...
he's going softs again.
Oh, he is. So
soft.
He's committed to a 2-stop strategy. So that will be an interesting one to see. Jacob still half a second behind Hosman, but keeping it where it is. Now the question is he will have some pace.
Going for the medium tyre.
Yes, indeed. So a mixture of strategies, folks, that we're about to see here tonight. Just remember, your Monday night entertainment starts right here, because in exactly an hour, you'll have Tier 1.
Both Red Bulls have gone for the same strategy of soft.
Clearly some...
Hornet's just been in for the soft tyres as well.
Inter-team discussions before this race have been had. But there we are, Electric Envy. Needs a good result, we keep saying it, but does need a good result to...
Ooh. Sorry, I was just watching
one of the Ferraris.
And,
is that Scott?
It was Fanning was making a move on Scott, and they just Fanning had got past and got round, and Scott had just gave the Red Bull a little kiss on his rear three-quarter, and round he went.
There we go, and that Red Bull, look at those side pods as we go towards the rear of the car. Honda E-technology there, with that lovely
GP2,
Red Bull.
GP2 engine, GP2.
Don't know what you're talking about. Womax is behind Martin now on those hard compound tyres. Martin on the softs, but remember Martin's had 9 laps on those softs and had a little spin.
You've had
as
a
well.
request in the YouTube chat. Somebody wants to see the tyre choices at the moment.
Already up on screen.
Fair
and
enough.
Jacob is pitted, so he is pitting. So we'll keep an eye on him. The question is, and this is going to be an interesting one, is Fanning going to get past Jacob? And I think he actually is. So there we go. Bear in mind, Fanning was in front of Jacob when they pitted, but that gap is going to be even bigger now than it was, and that just shows you how powerful the undercut is in this game. Here is Martin, though, coming up to the rear end of his teammate, and Womax has just got more confidence in those hard compound tyres. So this is going to be an interesting one, because if I was Karim Benzema, and Ryan of red car in Cleveland. I would be
pretty
pitting.
much box now.
Yes, agreed, because they are going to potentially lose out. I mean, let's just have a quick look at the gap to the leader. 23 seconds. Now in America it's 19 seconds pit lane loss plus your stationary time, so they've probably got a little bit in hand, but it's going to be a little bit tight. It's going to be too tight for Ryan to take, and Karim Benzema could well be the issue there as well. Let's see what happens. Is Karim Benzema going to come into the pit lane? We watched that Alfa Romeo.
Mind you, they'll pit and...
he doesn't. Oh. He doesn't. He stays out. Ryan's staying out as well. Is Hosman staying out? Everyone is deciding... Oh no, Hosman decides to bail, and so does Electric Envy. Loppy is bailing as well. Here is Dare. He's on the mediums, so he'll be staying out. Central Flyaway on the mediums as well, and there is Fanning. So let's see what Fanning can do, but he will certainly jump the three that have gone into pits of Hosman, Electric Envy, and Loppy. Fanning gets 3 seconds already, though, for running right, so that's the first of the front runners. He does go fastest mile on the track, 136.299.
So probably running slightly wide out the last corner. Gave him a tenth or so at least. Sorry,
I was just having a drink of some zesty orange, lemon and pineapple diluting juice. Guess Fanning went wide in turn 1. That is not good at all. So that has cost him. He did get the gap down to Karim Benzema to about 21 seconds. It has went up to about 22.8 seconds now. Central Flyaway there. There in that second, Aston Martin in third. Ryan is now 5 seconds behind Karim Benzema. So it's Karim Benzema.
I'm just looking at the gap to leader. Dare is about 19.7 seconds behind Scratch. So I think if he pits now, he could come out in front of the Aston Martin.
He won't. He'll probably come out behind it because it's a 19-second pit lane loss plus any stationary time. So, and this is the challenge I think that Karim Benzema's got, is he won't see Fanning, but if he's listening to us from Canada and he is pitting this, bit of a late decision there. Was he trying to throw us a little dummy there? But he comes into the pits. Does Ryan follow? Yes, he does. Ryan falls, and he has to watch as well. So Fanning now up into 4th place. Let's see what Karim Benzema tyres are on that. As the mediums are going on to that Alfa Romeo. Is he looking to do 15 laps on one set of mediums? It's possible because he's done 13 on there, and Ryan is putting on the mediums as well. Is Fanning going to get past them? Here we go. Karim Benzema is out. He is indeed. Is Ryan going to get out in front of Fanning? No, Fanning has jumped Ryan in the pit lane. But crucially,
what did you say about Scratch not getting out in front of Dare after his pit stop?
Well, Dare's a bit slower. He's on medium tyres. He's been on 13 lap old mediums. There we go. But the crucial thing is, Fanning is now in front of red car by a considerable margin. 5 seconds. And bearing in mind that Ryan was in front of Fanning before this all started, that's a huge turnaround. And Jacob gets a 3-second penalty. So let's just have a look at the tyres. Womax is doing well, and again, I'm just going to sort of put this out there. Oh, Central Highway runs really there. And Bergen's right, Dare's not slowed by him. He wasn't inferring slowness, but he is on older tyres that are probably going to struggle more in terms of it. So,
well, he's got a Red Bull biting at his heel.
He does indeed.
As he runs slightly wide, and Fanning will take full advantage of that.
He does.
Thank you very much.
That was what I was worried about. But yes, Simba's right. Fanning is committed to stop again, though, so Ryan by default will go back in front. Yes, you're right, unless Ryan has to stop again, because again, it's going to come down to who is potentially going to have the better tyres, that are going to have tyre wear, etc. So the safety car will have helped. This is the key thing. The safety car at the early points will have helped. But ultimately, we will see what happens there. Womax is in a good position, though, on those hard compound tyres at the moment. I still think they're a slow race tyre, but he could certainly benefit. Let's see how long he keeps Loppy. Martin does dive into the pits as well, and Ryan has passed Jacob, but Jacob's going to try and come back at him through the S's. Brave move to go side by side, and Seb Mail is retired from the session, and we've got a full safety car. Halfway through the race, folks, and a full safety car has now come out. Now this
before the.
It's in between turns 15 and 16 by the looks of things. Now the interesting thing is,
I think you probably lost the back end out there, probably, because it's very easy to get on the power early and then just round you go.
It is indeed. This is going to benefit Dare, Central Flyaway, and Scott to an extent.
And it's going to help Scratch massively.
Oh, it will do. It will do. Same. The question is, though, if this was you and you were medium tyres and you've done 50% of the race on the mediums, and we don't know what the tyre wear is on the individual drivers, only they see that.
Yeah, it
do you go on the softs?
Settle.
Yeah, do you go on the softs and try and eke them out 14 laps on the basis that you'll maybe get another couple of laps under the safety car, or do you go for the hards? I mean, we've had 2 safety cars already. The chances of getting another safety car in the final 14 laps is high, based upon the probability of 2 in the opening 14 laps.
Well, Fanning's answering your question.
Yes, Fanning in the pits. So is he going to put the mediums on? Yep.
Central Flyaway.
Yep. I would fully expect Jacob's coming in as well. So he's getting rid of those softs.
Obviously, Ryan and Scratch will carry on because obviously they pitted for those mediums before the safety car came out, so their tyres are still fresh.
Womack's continues on his hard compound tyres. Loppy's pitting up his Hornet. Scott's pitting. Grimmel's pitting. Stubbs pitting.
I think everyone's going for the medium tyres here.
Adagashi's just come in for the mediums as well.
Day's gone soft.
Yeah, again, in case I insulted him by saying he was slow, again, it's a brave move. It's going to cost him towards the end of the race.
I would, what I did at Singapore under that last late safety car was I took it very easy on the soft tyres so that I didn't take much wear out of them under the safety car. So
completely.
My idea would be for Dare would be to just literally take it very steady and not. But as soon as the safety car is on its way in, it's literally try and get as much heat in the tyres as possible, but leave it until then. Just do not warm your tyres up at this moment in time, or else you just take too much out before the safety car comes in, and then you'll be just a sitting duck later in the race.
Completely. And you're right, and this is probably the challenge, shall we say, of under the safety car, try and take minimal tyre life out, maximise your stint length ultimately, and that's going to be the key thing.
And obviously you'd want to go slow enough not to take much out of the tyres, but also you don't want to be going too slow to hamper those behind and probably fall too far back.
Yep. Oh, no, definitely.
I've left the session.
So you've decided to leave us, Carl, but you're still hearing voice. That is good. We like that. The joys. It is where we are. It's always.
I will try and rejoin in the process.
It is always good. To where we are. So still into safety car, which is caused by Seb Mail's non-finish. I think you have just joined again, which is always good.
I noticed that it was an Alfa Romeo leading, and I thought of Berg, and I thought, nah, getting out of here early.
So yeah, we will cover off where we are.
I'm getting deja vu from Tier 3 with an Alfa Romeo in front, because I just pictured Bergen sat there thinking, this is quite straightforward, this.
Yep. It is indeed.
Mr. I will put heavy fuel in qualifying and then set my quickest time on the medium tyre.
Exactly. He's not a slouch, let's put it that way. He's
a crafty sod, because I know what he does in qualifying.
Are you suggesting that the man is hiding his pace and just going, I'll just get myself a little handicap?
I just know a little secret what he does in qualifying. I just know his little secret.
That really quite worries me, to be fair. I'm concerned at what the secret may be.
thing is though, if I say out in the stream or
No,
in the
no, you've got to keep it PG. So we'll keep it PG. Safety car chat. Here's the next one for you.
Oh great! And just because I've rejoined the session, I've got no delta times at the moment.
Oh, it's all right.
Across the line.
Doesn't matter because we're under a safety car. Safety car is in this lap, however, but I am going to tell you a very quick fact. Texas is filled with tiny little towns that boast awesome names. If you can't afford a European vacation and you are in Texas, just hop in your car and drive through Paris, Athens, Naples, London, Dublin and Florence in Texas. There's even a town called Earth in the plains of the Llano Estacado.
All I'm going to say, Gav, is if I get chance, if we have another safety car or I get chance later in the race, I am going to spill Bergen's secret because he's just put in the chat by all means.
You do that, and please make it after 9 o'clock. Here we go, folks. Here is Karim Benzema in the Alfa Romeo. 12 laps to go here at the Circuit of the Americas Bell in 2012. Is he going to get ready to go? When is he going to go? When is he going to go? He's going now as they come out of the final corner. He did indeed. Red car slightly quicker with him this time, but still there nonetheless. Red car just 0.4 of a second behind quicker or closer to him than he was previously. Boseman is there in third place as well in those medium tyres. Electric Envy now, good to see him in fourth there. We've got Womax in fifth on those hard compound tyres, which is a risky move there, and then we've got Fanning, we've got Central Flyaway, we've got Jacob, and we've got Morgan there in 10th place right now, the top of 10, and the points band racing up into 11th, Martin in 12th, Loppy 13th, Scott, Gribble, Gaming Demidad, Aragashi, and Dumbest Hornet. So after the second safety car, it is all...
Just thought I'd jump on board with Hornet to see why he's so far back from on the safety car restart, but there don't seem to be any damage to the Red Bull, so I'm just wondering why he's about 5 seconds back.
Yeah, he's maybe just had a moment. Dare has passed Fanning. And there we go, side by side. Remember, no DRS until the end of lap 18. The Ferrari and the McLaren are having a little ding-dong battle as well. And here is Fanning going to try and go up the inside. He does. Remember, it's mediums against softs. Dare on the soft compound tyre, so he will have a more of an advantage in the early stage. So he's just got 3 seconds for cutting the corner there at turn 13. And look at this, we've got 3 into 1. That's not going to go at all. And we said this before. 2 into 1 sometimes struggles on this track. 3 into 1 definitely doesn't, but everybody looks to have got through without damage. No end plates missing here, although a few of the cars do run quite wide, so maybe a little bit of non-visible damage that we can see. But here is Jacob hunting down Dare. I wonder if Dare does have some damage there. Jacob's going to go up the inside into turn 1. Remember the blind corner and the brown blinking on a little bit of wheel banging there. Dare's going to try and survive as they come down out of turn 1 into 2, and Jacob just kind of pulls out from that bubble. Is going to go back up the inside as they come through the final part of the US, and there we go. Oh, well done. Good clean battling there. Loppy gets the 3 second time penalty as well. Out at front, Karim Benzema still 1.3 seconds there. Done a spin on the last turn when it was the safety car restart, apparently, Carl, so that answers the that should answer that question.
I'm just keeping an eye on Womax on those hard tyres, sat in 5th place.
One of the Ferraris has gone right at Jacob. Oh, and one of the McLarens is as well. Martin also had a similar moment there as well. And it's taken to lap 18 to have the Banshee squeals. But there we go, the Ferrari of Central Flyaway, or Scott, getting a little bit excited there, but tail end happy, put the power down and the car wasn't suitable and then went around a little bit there. His tyres will be red hot.
Oh, that was a nice Ferrari move by Fanning on Womax.
And there it goes there again, the battling of the Alston Martins, the Red Bulls, and Womax going to be a sitting duck here in the Lone Star State on those hard compound tyres.
Fanning running very wide at the penultimate corner.
It did indeed. DRS now fully enabled. Remember, we're after lap 2, so for the next at least 9 laps, unless we get another safety car, and DRS is there and enabled. as they come now down into the blind corner one. There we go, nicely done there. Can he get to the end on those soft compound tyres? Who knows? That is the ultimate question. Fanning there in 5th place, doing well. Electric Envy, after a few bad results, is back into it and chasing down Hoseman. Remember, Hoseman's got a penalty. Electric Envy gets a penalty as well. 3 seconds for him. Ryan still trying to catch Kareem Benzema. Jacob gets 3 seconds as well, and it's and Dumbest Hornet now on 3 seconds, and all the penalties are starting to fly in at the moment.
I think it's because when people are battling, they're just pushing that little bit too hard to try and get on the car, or at least try and make a move, that they kind of forget about the track limits.
They are indeed.
How hard they're trying to push to try and make...
Oh, and Fannings went really deep at turn 12, and that's lost his position to Dare. Dare has managed to get past him there. 1986 versus Fanning 1989. 3 years of a difference, and only 0.4 of a second on track. Numbers, exactly. Wumax is doing well on those hard compound tyres. We will show you the penalties. Got a couple of requests. We will show you them shortly on track action.
The penalties for you if
you
want,
do that whilst we're running through there. That would be brilliant.
So you got Hoseman on 3, so is Electric Envy, Fanning's on 3, Scott's 3, Grimo, Adagashi, Lorpy, Hornet and Gaming Demidad on 3, and then you have Jacob on 6, and then you've got Dare and Central Flyaway on 9.
We just watched a great battle there with Vans. We were on board with him. We had Scott behind, and then we had Martin behind, and now Martin's in front, and Scott's going in front as well, and Scott's fighting on the soft compound tyres. Oh, and Scott's going to go round, and the Ferrari's heading straight to the scene of the accident. And Scott is gone, and he's retired as well.
VSC.
It is a virtual safety car. We were on board with it. There was the slightest of contacts. Looked like a racing incident to me, but the stewards will no doubt look at that. And as we go into VSC, let's just have a look at penalties. There you go, as you quite rightly said, Carl. 9 seconds to Dare, 9 seconds to Central Flyaway, 3 seconds to Hoseman, Electric Envy, Fanning, Jacob is 6 seconds, 3 seconds Grimo, Loppy, Adagashi, Dumbest Hornet, and Gaming Demidads. Virtual safety car, everyone drives 40% slower. You drive to a time delta. If you exceed that time delta, then you will, virtual safety car, then you will have a 14 seconds to get back to green delta. If you don't, you will get a drive through penalty. Bergen says risky side by side though through sector 1. It is completely true. There's places where you maybe go side by side here at COTA. That's probably not one of them. It's a bit like Japan.
Well, going back to what you're saying at the start of the stream, that part of the track is literally taken from Maggots and Beckett's.
Yep.
You don't go side by side through Maggots and Beckett's.
No, you don't. Wimax has gone into the pit lane, so he's decided to get rid of his hard compound tyres. The right thing to do.
Soft tyres.
He will indeed. Right thing to do. Virtual safety car still out there at the moment. Expect that to be pulled in. There we go. Virtual safety car is over. DRS back re-enabled again for the drivers. So we'll keep an eye on where we are. Martin now into 10th in the McLaren. Championship leader there, Electric Envy in 4th, Hoseman in 3rd, Seb Mail was 2nd in the championship out at the moment. Adagashi and Loppy, the two Alpha Tauris, down in 13th and 14th, not the greatest of races for them, considering the qualifying of the, especially Adagashi, on those mediums, so he's fallen back in the race. Let's have a look there in that Aston Martin. That virtual safety car will have helped him slightly in those soft compound tyres, but it'll be interesting to see if he begins to fall away over the next few laps. That's all relatively calm now.
Yeah, especially up at front, especially with Scratch with at least a 2-second lead from Ryan up there at top. So it's quite a simple Sunday drive for those two.
As Morgan and Martin are having a little M&M battle as they come through 12 and 13. And Martin, there we go, Morgan kind of ran a little bit wide trying to defend that position. Martin then is going to try and go around the outside, Morgan up on the inside, and there we go, had to sort of break a little bit there. Vans is getting involved as well. We've got the Alpine there of Grimo getting involved, so everybody is going there. It's going to be a key of who can stay out in the front. Central Flyway gets a 3-second time penalty, but look at this, the little battle Grimo is having with Adagashi there. There we go. Comments being made about the exit of Scott. We'll leave them to the stewards. Certainly. Oh, the Mercedes has gone into the pit wall. 3 wheels on the Sprinter van, and we're into safety car territory now, folks.
No points for Mercedes.
There it is, the 3 wheels on the Mercedes Sprinter van. Yep. Not Toto Wolff throwing his headset in anger at many people. Safety car. Now, the question is, do you pit, Carl? If this was you, would you pit or would you stay out and...
if I was in Ryan's position... just using this as an example, if Scratch come in, I would come in if I was in Ryan's shoes, so I would copy what the leader would do. But if I was there, I'd definitely come in and put a fresh set of softs on at least.
So I've just rewound the stream to the point where Scott, because it's generated a bit of debate, a bit of comments in the section, so I'm literally just re-looking. So this is the live, well, we can't offer you it on screen, but we'll just do it anyway. So we're looking back from Frank, and Frank's coming through Sector 1. We can then see Scott's alongside as they come through the parts of the S's. Now, is it a place you could overtake? Possibly not. Was he aware that Scott was there? Yes, he could see it. Is it to me a racing incident? Initially it looked that way.
From
he has indeed. He's pitted. He has indeed. We'll come back to that just shortly. But yeah, it's generated a lot of debate, and it certainly will be looked at by the stewards. Hosman up into second, Electric Envy and third. I'll tell you one thing though: putting on a set of soft compound tires right now is not a bad move to make.
Not at all. Yes.
Because they are going to be quick.
As you were saying as well, is it possible to overtake there? Maybe, but you need communication by both drivers.
Yeah, completely. And I think this is the challenge, shall we say, of the scenario. So yeah, Alex, because both respecting each other, it can work, but it's not a place to OT. You always have to see that coming if you try to overtake there.
Yeah,
so,
like I say, you need good communication by both drivers, and if one's not willing to communicate, then it's not. Personally, I wouldn't go for a move there, personally.
Yeah. It's one of these always, everyone's a racer, everyone will go through different things, everyone will have their own views about it and who's right and who's wrong.
If you match Verstappen, you'll try and overtake on any part of the track.
The 2021 World Champion. So yes, indeed, for the mighty Red Bulls. But again, though, this comes down to it, right? If you see an opportunity and you think you have a chance, then you're going to go for it. It's only when you look back on it that you then go, oh, maybe I should have pulled out a bit there. Maybe I shouldn't have went for it. Maybe the other person could have given me more room, etc., etc.
Yeah, because I had that feeling a few times last season, especially at Silverstone and Spa, because Silverstone, I tried to go for a move after a safety car restart on Fanning at Farm Curve, which isn't an ideal overtaking spot.
No.
And when I thought after the races, I thought, I could have waited till possibly the straight further round. And then with Tom Brown at Spa, I tried to go side by side through Eau Rouge and Radion, which isn't the best idea to do at the best of times.
No, I agree.
After that race as well, I thought to myself, why did I even try and do that?
Yep. No, exactly. Agreed. But
I did say as well that if we got another safety car, I would...
you'd share Bergen's secrets.
Bergen's secrets, yeah. What he does at the start of qualifying is he puts a lot of fuel in the car, goes out on soft tyres, finds where he feels comfortable braking, this, that and the other, comes back in, goes onto the medium tyres, lose all the fuel in the car, so it's like minimum fuel possible, and then literally go and smash a lap out then.
There we go.
That's his strategy in qualifying, and if Bergen's not happy with me spoiling that tactic he did, Come find me at Red Bull.
There we go. Bergen says it gives him the delta, and
Yeah. It's
the
not a bad strategy really, and how to work it. It's not a bad way to try it, to be honest. Personally, I wouldn't try it that way because it'll confuse the hell out of me. But you know.
Dak Invertible says hi. The mighty Millers. Dak Invertible, though not a good result at the weekend for Rotherham. But alas, we will move on from that. Is it going to be a good result for the man from Redcar and Cleveland, who's now in ninth, but on those fresh, soft compound tires that we are on board with
there's
now?
not going to be many laps still left for him to go, and he's got to try and overtake Hornet, Lorpy, Grimo, Martin, Jacob, Electric Envy and Hoseman before he even gets a chance at scratch.
If his safety car's in this lap, and I was just about to say that, but 4 laps, 2 of them will be under DRS. He's going to have much quicker tyres from those that are in front. As you can see, 8, 9, 10, 11 laps.
But I'm looking at some of the names that he's got to try and
quick
overtake,
drivers.
and yeah, plus the no pushovers. I mean, Jacob, he's a very heavy defender.
Here we go.
But yeah, it's you just look at the names he's got to try and overtake, and you think, yes, he's on the better tyre, but they're not they're quite a quick drivers.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
indeed.
say.
12 seconds for Central Flyaway, 9 seconds for Dare, 6 seconds for Grimo, 6 seconds for Jacob, 3 seconds for a few others, as you can see there. But here comes Karim Benzema, and he does go, and he goes again at the same place as he has done. And already Hoseman's having to battle because he's got Electric Envy all over him. Is Electric Envy going to try and send it up on the inside into turn 1? No, he doesn't. Jacob looks to go round the outside, doesn't quite manage it, but will get the turn back into
that's
turn
late
2.
by Ryan, and well done taking Hornet at the first corner.
He needed
first time of asking.
He needs to make the moves quickly.
And he's got to be clever as well, because he won't want to try and make a move to part of the track that won't be ideal. He's got to think before he makes the move.
He does indeed, and remember, the ones in front who don't have penalties to him is Martin and Karim Benzema. The rest do have penalties, so he does need to go there, and he does need to get a move on. We've got a yellow already. One of the Hasses that's given Demidad has gone round in sector 1. So we will keep an eye out of where we are. Everybody will be using Demidad has retired. He has lost it at the top.
That could be a slap tan from the stewards.
Oh, it's a safety car.
Really? For that?
Welcome, folks, to the Circuit of the Americas, where today you will see Mercedes driving around the track. If you've come for Formula 1, we apologise.
Mind you, it's the only way Mercedes can win the race at the moment with the safety car.
Oh, you said it. You said it. Now, talking about things that fail, Texas is pretty quirky. You may have found this out. All it takes is a look at its legal code.
I'm going to just, sorry to butt in, Gav, but even though the safety cars come out, I reckon it'll come back in the very same line.
Yes, I do agree with that. The Texas state still has plenty of strange, antiquated laws that will definitely raise your eyebrows. Now, for instance, it is illegal to sell your eye. Now, let's just take a pause just now, right? So, if you're a normal person, such as myself, I'm not thinking I want to sell my eye. Now, if I'm dead, that's a different story, but I'm not thinking, let's sell my eye. So that's that. Apparently, you're not allowed to...
Oh, for God's sake, Gav,
you're
really?
not allowed to dust a public building with a feathered duster. I mean, who in their right mind would think, oh, there's a building, I'll go out with my feathered duster and dust it? I mean, what
Can I just say something as well, Gav?
Yep.
You said a normal person like yourself.
Yes.
Really normal?
Yes, very normal.
Really?
Yes, completely. However, you're also not allowed to milk somebody else's cow. Right, so that's okay. I can understand that. You're also not allowed to shoot. You're not allowed to
share someone else's sheep.
You're not allowed to shoot a buffalo from the second story of a hotel. so safety cars in this lap, but we do have a bit of the lap still to go. And you absolutely cannot let a camel run loose on the beaches of Galveston. However, it is totally legal for you to shoot and kill Bigfoot if you happen to see him or her, Mummy Bigfoot, out and about. So if you go to Texas, don't sell your eye, don't milk somebody else's cow, don't try and shoot a buffalo from the second story of a hotel, but if you're on the third story, you're fine. And don't let a camel
What's the difference?
I don't know, but to prevent the ladies and gentlemen who are listening to us from
Mind you, Gav, because of this safety car now,
we won't have any DRS.
Have no DRS for the final lap.
I know, exactly. Here we go. Mandy's comments as we'll do love them. Hoseman is much closer this time to Karim Benzema. He does have 3 seconds though, does Hoseman, so that's going to play into his mind. Hoseman, is he going to try and make a move up into turn 1? No, he doesn't. Or is he? Oh, he was maybe having a little think about it. He's going to look to get a better run out of turn 1. Martin gets the 3-second penalty. That's unfortunate for him. Womax has gone down the field as well. Fanning's already up there as well, coming through. The S's, we've got Hoseman, we've got Electric Envy behind the top 3, kind of breaking free at the moment.
I think Hornet spun.
He has indeed. It's unfortunate for him. Let's just keep an eye on where we are. So there is the top 3. Martin is also now into 4th, so the championship leader has come from essentially the back to 4th at the moment. Jacob is just behind him currently. Got Grimo behind him. Loppy, red car. Ryan needs to make a move and make moves quick.
It's a tier 3 rematch.
It is indeed. Ryan and Fanning. Here goes Ryan up the inside of Loppy as they come into turn 12 and onto that long straight. Remember, no DRS for the rest of this lap. And look at the chain of cars in the slipstream that we're already getting. Ryan up, going to look up the inside of Grimo. There we go. We're already into 2 abreast, trying to go 3 abreast into turn 12-13 complex here. Ryan is going to go up the inside. Yes, he does. He gets much better grip. He's going to now be after Jacob in that McLaren. Martin is all over and looking at Electric Envy and Hoseman. Ryan could certainly still finish second ultimately. We do have a yellow flag though. What have we got? We've got cars that have gone round. It's Loppy.
Loppy and Hornet looking at it.
I think Hornet was at the back, but Loppy did have a moment there. Ryan gets a 3-second penalty. That's crucial for him because he has just passed Jacob. Grimo's also got 3 seconds. The only man who's racing who doesn't have a penalty is Karim Benzema at the moment. The Real Madrid forward out in front. There is Ryan chasing down 1.8 behind Martin. Last lap of the race, folks. Lap 28 of 28, 2019 in UK at the moment. It's Karim Benzema in that Alfa Romeo going to take victory here at COTA? Or is something going to happen to him on this final lap? Who knows? Is everyone else going to get through? Womax Fanning's gone! Fanning is gone! Coming through Sector 1. We will see the Red Bull. Where is he? Into the barriers by the looks of things. Adagashi 3-second time penalty.
As a fellow Red Bull driver, and seeing him retire so literally on the final lap that's just wrenching.
Yep, not good at all. Electric Envy there in third. He will stay in third based upon the penalties we have in the town. Central Flyway's just past Womax, but does have 12 seconds, as does Dare, so that's going to plummet them down the field probably to last.
Ooh, Ryan looking to go around the outside of Jacob.
He's going round he's trying to go round the outside. It's Martin. Oh, there's a bit of wheel banging there. Oh, you've got to watch it. Keep it clean, boys. Keep it clean. You've both got 3 seconds of time penalties as well. So keep it clean coming through the final section. Karim Benzema now coming through the final part of the lap, coming down into 20.
From behind.
Yep, Karim Benzema.
Jacob,
just taking it easy as he comes across the line and takes the victory for the Alfa Romeo team. Hoseman will finish second. Electric Envy takes third. Martin takes fourth. Ryan takes fifth. Grimo sixth. Jacob seventh. Womax now into sixth, and everyone else starts to fall down the field. Morgan seventh. Jacob eighth. Adagashi ninth. Central Flyway 10th. Dare. There it is changed again because Dumbest Hornet's now into 10th. So he takes the final points place. Central Flyway, Dare, Grimo, and Loppy comes across the line. What a
bit of a
race.
constellation there for Red Bull then, with Hornet getting the final point, but these results are only provisional.
They are indeed provisional until the stewards do vote. Martin gets the games driver of the day. Remember, send your nominations to Rob. There we go. There is Karim Benzema, the Real Madrid striker, with his Alfa Romeo. It's a very small trophy, that. Maybe he's just big.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah, maybe he's just big. But there we go. Yeah. The Canadian wins in American territory. And Hosman in second in that Williams. And that will we should retain the lead of the Constructors' Championship to the Williams team. But there we have it, folks. Scratch Charisma does win. Hosman second. Electric Envy does come in third place. Martin finishes fourth in the McLaren. Ryan in fifth. Womack sixth. Morgan in seventh. Jacob in eighth. Adagashi in ninth. Thomas Hornet rounds out the top 10. Central Flyaway, then Dare, then Loppy, then Grimmo. Fanning doesn't finish. He is classified but doesn't finish. Gaming Demidad, Vans, Scott, Sedmail and Mark all do not finish, sorry. At least Mercedes
Grimmo, 29 seconds worth of penalties. I think one more and he would have been disqualified.
He would have indeed. There we go. 53 minutes and 1 second was the time for the victory for this race for Karim Benzema. 4 safety cars, 2 virtual safety cars. Who said COTA is boring? It certainly isn't. And in 22 minutes time, you're going to have Tier 1 with Mark and Morgan. So
the return of the T-side twosome.
Exactly. Normally Tier 3. But this tonight coming to you Tier 1 on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock it is Tier 3.
It's about time you had a break from commentary, Gav.
Exactly. Got to keep it happy in the Lake District. And Tier 3 on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, Mark will be leading that, and then Tier 4 Mark will also be leading again, so he'll be 3 races he's commentating on this week. I do appreciate
always took your
support.
role this week,
He has indeed, as I am on vacation at the moment. So there we have it, folks. Great race, Carl. Thank you very much again for the return of the Inspector Wingbender, and you will be back very soon, I believe, based upon our schedule. So we will confirm that. But
I ain't seen the schedule, so I won't know, Gav.
Nope, I have the schedules. I just haven't looked at them yet. So we will there. But everybody, enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. Do stay tuned. 22 minutes time for Tier 1. Join Mark and Morgan for that. It's certainly going to be a cracker. Carl, thank you very much, and everybody else, have a lovely evening.